These are double-decker snaps, or finger snaps, where the first finger goes over the second finger, and then the finger goes down, creates one hit, then the second finger snaps off to create the second hit. Now, yesterday we had a class with Raquy. That was Monday, 19th of January 2009, and she showed me a pattern, which is eight beats. So it's in 8. So it's a dum with a 2, and then dum, and then dum. So I've been practicing that. I decided to slow right down. I started at 55 BPM, and I think I'm currently at 65 BPM. And so I'm trying to practice getting them as even as possible. They're not quite even. I think I'm 80% there, but this is where I am at. Now I'm going to turn up the BPM to 70. Okay, so now I'm on 70. The point is that I want to bring up the technique through the speed and not the other way round. Not the speed through the technique. In other words, it feels good when the technique emerges through the speed, as opposed to starting very fast and trying to make the technique fit into this fast tempo. That doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm trying to force it. But if I start really slowly and build the technique to the point where I'm kind of in the pocket, and it feels like I'm really grounded and rooted into the beat. And then from there, it naturally happens when you speed up. It naturally carries itself, you know, to faster tempos. And I have more control. I'm much more, it feels like I'm much more in the pocket and in the groove, you know, and distinct. So that's how I like to practice it. So anyway, that's why I'm slowing right down. I started at 55 BPM. Okay, I'm doing increments of 5. And then I'm going to find the place where it becomes way too fast for me, and I'll use that as a way to measure my progress. So now I'm on 70. Just turned it up to 75. I'm about to practice on 80 BPM, and before I go into it, I just wanted to note that, so I'm on 80 BPM now, but before I start beginning to tackle that, I wanted to make a note and say that it's not really about how fast I can play something. That's not the goal. When I start learning a new technique, I do the whole thing by training from really slow and working my way up. And then when I get to a certain place with it, then I can just do like regular drills, you know, to maintain the technique and also try and incorporate it into rhythms and actually playing. So it's not about how fast I can play something, but it is a really good exercise to build up my chops. So I'm going to start trying to practice on 80 BPM. So I think that went well. In the beginning it was harder, then it kind of got easier as it went along. So I'm going to go and increase it up to 85. It might be worth noting that I'm actually practicing longer than I'm recording, so I'm just kind of turning on and off the video camera. So I will now try 85. No, okay, I've turned it up to 90 and I've been working on this for about 40 minutes now. The key is to, as you get faster, is to stay relaxed and actually relax even deeper as you get faster. And also, this is, you know, what Raquy was teaching me, and it is really true. I mean, if you tense up, it kind of all falls apart. And for me, I've also discovered just as a student, you know, my own discovery has been to bring the rhythm from down up and not from the head down. When you start trying to fit the groove into the tempo, I feel like it's from the head down. And I think you lose what rhythm is all about, really, and what groove is all about. So it's to bring it from the earth. It's like you're bringing the energy from the earth up to the tempo. It's hard to explain it, but I think you might know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to continue on 90 BPM. I'm going to practice it a bit more, but with a dynamic, like going louder and softer, just to experiment and see, you know, how far I can mess it up.